Recording. Yo, what's going on? Wire here, back with another video. This is just a quick tutorial on how to mod Assetto Corsa. For example, instead of instead of this is not screwed on properly. All right. So instead of having, like a normal version of Assetto Corsa where you just launch it through the original launcher and the game looks quite weird. I mean, the launcher is quite old. The first and foremost thing when it comes to modding Assetto Corsa is you want Content Manager. This is what Content Manager looks like. I have the premium version of Content Manager. You don't really need it, but it does give you a few extras. Beyond that, I'll show you how to download that. You can find Content Manager basically anywhere. I'm just gonna go to the original site. This is, for example, this is acstuff.ru. This is the guy who made Content Manager. And as well as I will also show you custom shaders patch. This is basically, I'm just going to use this site as a quick modding tutorial. Excuse me. So first and foremost, Content Manager. Content Manager is a launcher that you can use. It's supported by all of these versions of Windows. Essentially, you use Content Manager to launch Assetto, especially when you have a ton of mods, because normal Assetto doesn't really take too well to launching when you have mods. For instance, if I launch something like I'm just gonna use a pretty good example of this. Let's say I want to use a modded car with a modded track. 99.9% of the time, this is not going to work if you don't have Content Manager and the next thing, which is Custom Shaders Patch. I'll show you how you install Content Manager first. You go here, you go all the way down, you can download it directly. It'll do like a quick hyperlink. You'll see like a tab for like maybe a millisecond, then it'll download. You can download it from these two sites as well. And you can also essentially get an app key, which is the premium version of Content Manager. He also has a Patreon page, and this is where you can find the maker of Content Manager, which is Ilja Jisipov, aka X4Fab. This guy is the reason why Assetto Corsa is so popular today. Without him, the game would have been dead several years ago. So yeah, as you can go down here, he has his own guide on this, but what I want to do is just like a simple tutorial. So I'm going to, and this is a paid. So, for example, this is just his Patreon, and he has a specific version of Custom Shaders Patch, but you can get Content Manager completely free. You can get Content Manager here. Custom Shaders Patch, you can also download that as well through Content Manager. You can go to About and Updates, or if you don't have Custom Shaders Patch installed, it'll tell you to install it right here when you go to this tab on Settings in Content Manager. I won't show you the download here, but it's pretty simple. Just download it to your PC. You start it up, you click where your Assetto Corsa download folder is, and voila, it works. Beyond that, the next thing you will want is Custom Shaders Patch. Keep fiddling with the volume here. Custom Shaders Patch is a patch that allows you to have a bunch of settings as well as custom weather, stuff like that. rain, all of that stuff is in here. I have a preview version of the patch where it gives you rain, a ton of other adjustments as well with AI, traffic mods, stuff like that. And custom shaders patch, it's pretty simple. There are two ways to download this. I'll show you one way. I'll just download it already because I already have it. And then from here, you go into, for example, you go into essentially your Assetto Corsa root folder. So I'll just do that from the jump. File Explorer, you go down to this PC, and then you go to where your Assetto Corsa is installed. I have 3 drives. I have my Assetto Corsa installed on my second drive. And from here, you go to Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, Assetto Corsa. That's it. And these are all the these are all the folders for Assetto. So essentially, when you have a mod, you can take whatever folder that's here and you drop that into Assetto. For example, this folder will have things for the extensions folder, and this has a DLL. Essentially, that goes into this part of the Assetto Corsa. Yep, it replaces this dwrite DLL file right here. So I'm gonna just drag and drop that in. Boom. Preparing files. This might take a little bit depending on your PC. Also, by the way, if you were to download a version of Custom Shaders Patch and install it onto your Assetto Corsa, you may not, or if you have this and you just use this, you will not get a preview version of Custom Shaders Patch. Beyond that, see if my mic is working. Yep, it's working. Beyond that, as you can see, there are other versions of the patch. This gives you all sorts of settings and other things for Assetto Corsa. For example, this is for new smoke, flames, all that stuff if you want your game to look wonderful. Even fireworks. Beyond that, there's reflections, smart mirror, all that stuff. I have all this stuff enabled, even though it may not work the best. I think I'm actually gonna disable motion blur. Yeah, I don't really need that. But yeah, that's custom shaders patch done, as well as the whole game. I'm gonna do a few things in this. It's like a general how to. Not gonna show you everything, but next up is Soul and Pure. So what is Soul and Pure? I'll go to this guy's Patreon. You can also find this on Race Department. I'll put a link in the description whenever I'm done making this video. But yeah, Peter Bose is the person responsible for Soul and Pure. And this mod essentially changes the skybox. It gives you like beautiful clouds, all that rendered stuff. It's wonderful. It essentially is what makes your game look incredible. This is a Patreon exclusive version of Pure, and as you can see, rain does not come with Pure. Rain is a feature that is only possible with Custom Shaders Patch. You get rain through Custom Shaders Patch, but you get weather and other things like controllable weather and weather scripts through Peter Bose. These are both things that you can get free. The version of Pure that is free is on Race Department. I'll look that up right now. Pure Assetto Corsa, and it should be Sky Pure and Soul 1.6. Actually, no, that's not what I was looking for. Did he remove it? Should be on race department. But yeah, great place. Oh, he removed it. Uh, did not expect that. Okay. Awkward. But yeah, if it doesn't show up on his Patreon or anything like that, there might be another video online that might have the link for it. I'll look for it in the meantime. I'll just edit my video post where I'll just put the link in the description if I can find it somewhere. But yeah, I'll link the Patreon as well as the Patreon to these two as well as a few other things. I'll go into settings first. So right now these are my settings. Don't pay attention to the frames per second. I was in a pretty intensive server. But let's say you just want to boot up Assetto and get your settings right the first time. I'm gonna run Fontany with traffic, track day, and here are a few traffic cars. These are essential. You can just gather these by like downloading them through servers, other things like that. But primarily, what I like to do is I like to find car packs that I'm really interested in. Like this was a part of the Gabe IS300 car pack, a very famous modder for Assetto. He's probably the guy that, like, his sounds are some of the best in the game. I'm gonna use a different car though, even though I do like to paint on this, and I'll also show you how to paint cars with this. But first and foremost, I'm gonna teach you how to put a car into Assetto Corsa. So right now, I have a few cars that are downloaded, that are not in my game, and there are a few ways you can do this. I'll show you the way that most people will do it. If this can go away, thank you very much. I don't need you anymore. Yeah, I'll go to. Oh, fuck. Yes, replace files. Yeah, completely forgot about that. Sorry for the cursing. Alright, so boom. Let's say you have a modded car that you want to. Yes, I want to open this file. Jesus Christ. Let's say you have a file that you want to put into your game. This is the Cannonball version of the E63. Very famous car on VinWiki, stuff like that. Got crashed into. It's pretty well known. If you watch VinWiki, Ed Bullion's content when it comes to Cannonball, etc. I'll put this into Assetto Corsa in two ways. I'll show you the easy way and the slightly more difficult way. Since this is a mod car, I'm going to do the easy way first, which is just simply dragging and dropping this into Content Manager. This is the easiest way to do this. I already downloaded it. So yeah, I just updated the file essentially, and I'm going to use that car. So if I go to Mercedes, then look through, yep, there we go. That's the E63. And just pop that right there. Next up, right? Let's say you want a truck. Well, I'll do it the hard way as well. Before I do that, you go into Assetto Corsa. Usually, if you're on Windows, it'll send you essentially to the last folder that you were in. Since we were in the Assetto Corsa folder last, and as you can see, that is the directory for the folder essentially. Let's move this right here. Now you can see that it is essentially, well, let me open it back up and go into the directory for Assetto Corsa. I click that. Since we've already been here before, it's one of the popular files. Here is everything, and this is your Assetto Corsa, which I showed you before. Since this is a car mod, you will go into Content, Cars, and then take this and drop it right in. This destination now has 59 files with these same names. Essentially, if you already have a car downloaded and you just download it again, you replace the files every single time. Replace them. Just a great rule of thumb. I'll also show you how to install Pure. So I already have it installed, but actually no. Yeah, fine. I'll show you. It may mess with my installation of Pure already, but if not, I'll just. If you don't have a Mega account, don't worry. You don't need one. Just go to MediaFire, and you can essentially install something right away. Pure. Wow. Okay. What is that? RP. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. It's my antivirus doing its job, or stopping me from doing my job. So right now, Pure is installing or downloading. And while that does that, I'm going to show you how to do something that will, make your day on Assetto Corsa a lot better. Let's say you want to, instead of have this, let it load for a bit. Casual PC moment. Can't believe I switched to a slightly better CPU and still giving me issues. So I think I might switch back. Or I might switch to a 5600 or a 5700X with the same wattage and sometimes things are not so easy. Embarrassing. Yeah, I'm gonna end process. Yep, there we go. Sometimes this can happen. It's very annoying, but let's say, for example, you want to paint a car. You go into open content, and then you open custom showroom. This will allow you to essentially be in. Oh shoot! Did not want to do that. Yep, there we go. No, I'm just gonna restart custom showroom. Yep, there we go. Now from here, change your camera because it's gonna be set to like the last camera you were in. And now you have, voila, the car that you wanted to put into the game. See? It's even got its little alpha sticker. It goes modded by AMS. So boom. You got the car that you want to paint. Some cars will have the ability to paint a lot more things than you think. Sometimes not so much. This car, not a lot of things you can paint. Unfortunately. But let's say instead of this, you want to look for let's say you want to look for a random hex, and all of the colors in Assetto Corsa go by hex rather than RGB, which is red, green, blue. Hex is like essentially a equation to look for, or like a code specific for different types of color. And I'll show you that right now. Let's say you're gonna look for a Merc color, like a classic Mercedes color. Not really what I was looking for. I just want the hex codes for going for solar beam. This is a very popular Merc color. Not my cup of tea. It's probably someone else's, but wow. Man, this is quite annoying. Oh, you cannot be serious right now. Oh, why is our PC so slow? God damn. Normally never getting problems like this. Of course, as soon as I start recording or doing something, this shit takes centuries, so let's say, for example, you want to paint the E63 into something like solar beam or maybe something like maybe you want like a rare color from Merc or AMG. And this is like if you want a specific color. Let's say you're gonna like Mercedes market. And let's say you look for a specific color like black, berry. Oh, screw this. Cancel that. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi, my internet, whatever. It's just not really giving. Let me look at something real quick. Oh wow. What the fuck? God damn, Google. Just using all of the memory possible. Of course. But of course. WA549F. Let me try that. So let's say you have the hex that you want. Can't believe this was taking so long. Caps lock WA549F. Oh, that is not changing the car color. Oh wow, of course. For the tutorial, I choose the only car that cannot be painted. Crazy, wild, insane, absolutely, indubitably incredulous, just completely stupid. I'll just paint. I'll just paint the C63. Alright, small little blooper. Uh, Back to the task at hand. Let's say you want to paint this in a different color. Let's say you find a color online that you really like uh, Saturn Blackberry Metallic, or not really my cup of tea. But still kind of boring. All of these are quite boring. All grays, nothing interesting. But yeah, this is a great place to find colors, other things. Done. Just add that bookmark. Really wish they explored different colors though. Not really my cup of tea. I'm just gonna go with something like 2D 1920. This is a color I really like. So let's say you go for this color, copy that, boom. And from here, you go into car paint, and then just go like that. Don't forget to add the hashtag in front. Boom. Now you have your color. And you can paint car interiors as well. Especially if a car mod is well made. You can do all this sort of thing. Right now I'm going to leave it as is, or maybe like do a tan. A lot of people don't like tan, but I think personally tan works a lot when it comes to like more interesting cars. I'm gonna just use like a bronzish yellow for that, and for the interior I'm gonna use like a not super aggressive tan, very light. And boom, that is painting a car. And don't forget, if you don't want to modify the original paint, if you want to like save something new, you can just go from modify current to save new. And that'll do that for you. Yeah, so I don't know why, but it's always super dark. For some like the one time when you want textures and things to match, they don't. Let me break. Let me break that up with like black or white. Either way, so like a gray. Another 3. What is that? Yeah, no, that's gonna stay black. So just keep it gray. There we go. Then what is this? Oh, that is the dash. That is gonna be the same color as this. It's always a good idea to break colors up when doing an interior. Or I'm not really a fan of the gray. Now that I look at it, I think I'm gonna go with something a bit different. So I'm gonna go with the body color instead of like a tan, because it doesn't really work too well. me see. I think that works so much better. Now maybe for these I can run like a white instead. Yeah, I think that works. The only thing is the seats, man. The seats. Why? Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect. That fixed all of my complaints. I think this looks nice. Let me go. Pop the doors open. Pop the doors open with D. And now you can look from the exterior to the interior. See if that's what you want. For me, I think that works wonderfully. And for the stitches, I'm going to keep those white. You can mess with that, do like all sorts of amazing colors. It depends on what car you're in and how the stitches get colored. But that's how I would spec out a car. Yeah. Matching exterior and interior. Nothing too crazy. Just like a darker purple. And I'm just gonna save this as 2D 1920. Nothing too crazy. Okay, beyond this, now that I have that painted, I wanted to do pure, but my PC was not too happy with me downloading that while recording. I think it's because of the new CPU. God damn it, that was a bad idea. Even though I installed it properly, did everything right, still not working the way I wanted to. I would go back. I might actually do that, even though it is quite a considerable amount of work. I think the 3700X compared to the 3600, I think my PC worked better with the 3600. I wish I could look at like temperatures and cooling. CPU, resource and task manager. Yep, 7%, 5%, 3.9 gigahertz, and we're using 20% of our CPU. Oh, it's our GPU. Fuck, man. 3050. Video encode. Dedicated GPU memory. 1.124. Video encode. 3D copy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go either replace my CPU or my GPU. I think the GPU's gotta go, even though it's really been good when playing stuff like Assetto, but Night Runners, I don't know why, but it's been giving problems. Beyond that, oh yeah, once you have Soul and Pure installed, all of that, it's very simple to install Soul and Pure. Let me see if I actually have it in my downloads, which I probably won't, but nope, Lights patch, yeah, I don't. I deleted it, unfortunately. Tobin Motorworks. That looks nice. That was actually a really nice looking car. These older Mercs. Indigo blue metallic with yeah, I really like this body style of ooh, that is like all of these are really clean. I like these, but yeah, Tobin Motorworks, I like their style. Tastes good PPF. I'll show you how to install a PPF. So let's say you want to install this PPF, for example. Tastes good. It's kind of like a random PPF. Two ways to do this. You can drag and drop it into Assetto. Just boop, boop, and then boom. Please install mods from trusted sources only. This is a trusted source. Tastes good PPF from content manager. I don't know why it does that sometimes. And now, alright, let's say you want to do a track, let's say you want to run a map with mods, for example. You have your traffic cars. What you will be looking for is a traffic version of a map, for example, or in some other maps you can run a CSP traffic tool. I'll show you how to do this with two maps. I'm gonna run Union Island with traffic. This amount of traffic is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Bump that up to 11. Yep, Golf. Mazda 3, Golf, Fox. I'm gonna get rid of the truck because that just brings in issues. Transit is fine. Dodge Ram is fine. Camaro is fine. It's good to have like realistic like composition of traffic. I was gonna do Soul and Pure, but it takes too long. But yeah, you have your PPF installed. I'll show you how to do Soul and Pure a different time because I think it's either my graphics card or my memory, but they're both messing up right now. It was fine beforehand. Started upgrading my PC and it's been going to shit ever since. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go from that. I just want to check my PC beforehand. So yeah, it's memory. That's really been fucking up. Memory and GPU. My Ethernet is fine. Kind of just spikes on occasion. My SSD is also fine. My HDD is very much fine. So yeah, I'm gonna go from here. Once you have everything set up, I usually keep this 100%. Press go. Oh shoot, did I leave my... No, I did not leave my phone downstairs. Alright, so then let's say you have everything set up. You want to essentially you have your traffic. All of this will be running on the roads. I have this map, Fontany. I'll put it in the link or the description of this video if it ever gets uploaded because of so many bloopers. I'll just start off like so. And boom. I did not choose Fontany. I chose a different map. This is Union Island. It's in the Caribbean, where all the baddies are. But yeah, I'll just drive around for a bit, show you around. I'll also show you the new PPF that we just installed. Okay, so very nice sound. As you can see, our interior matches our exterior. We even have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very nice sound as well. So I'm actually gonna pull over for a little bit. Now the traffic has essentially disappeared, so I'm gonna park up right here. Alright, and then from here, I'm gonna switch my PPF. So you go into here, go into post-processing filter. It'll be on this side of your screen where all the apps are. And then you go from the post-processing filter you were using, and then go into the one you've downloaded. This is by Taste Good. Let's see how it actually looks. It's actually pretty. I actually quite like that. So for our old filter being a bit too bright, this is why I don't like trucks being on the road. But yeah, if you want to brighten your filter up, for example, you can take your exposure up that a bit. And we can crash because we're driving one-handed. We'll go to the airstrip. Oh yeah, ooh. Those clouds are bright. I'll turn into the airstrip, but before that, I'm gonna change the weather a bit. Sunrise. Broken clouds. I think will look best. If I can actually see where I'm going. Oh, there we go. Don't mind us crashing into a few things. Okay, we're now driving with our PPF installed on the airstrip. As you can see, it's very much not bad looking at all. I'm going to turn off traction control. Do a few. Yeah, it's definitely not a bad filter to look at. In my opinion, it's a little bit dark, especially the road surfaces, but you know what? You get what you get, and you never forget. That's pretty much a small modding tutorial. With all that being said, there is one more thing I would like to show you. Alright, so when you're starting a setup for the first time, essentially, you'll get all of these settings and stuff like that. But with controls, this is a lot of these will be set automatically except for your shifter. If you're using a Logitech like I am, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, reverse. Other things you can set yourself, brake balance, and ACC, this would be set to these buttons on my wheel. You can't see that right now because it's super dark. But setting up your controls, it's usually set up to what is intuitive to you. As you can see, gas, brakes, clutch, all that set up. For me, I set these inverted because the game was kind of messing up when I had it, and essentially you would need to be inverted to do all the sorts of things that you would like to do. I normally reach like 50 or 60% threshold when braking, which is usually not the best in my humble opinion. Force feedback. These are my settings. It's not the most force feedback in the world. I don't like putting a lot of force feedback through my wheel, but I think this is what feels great for me. Take with a grain of salt what you will. These are my settings. And beyond that, also my custom shaders patch settings. I'll try and put a link to these in the description. They're modified. They are not these settings. Well, some of them are these settings, but a lot of them are not these settings. So I have quite a few settings installed just in case I want to run, let's say, a different setting setup. I'll run Kirby Cam. I do have other cameras as well. This is essentially how you see the game from the third person. I run Kirby Cam because it's the camera that's just the best in terms of drifting. Pretty much everything when it comes to like a driving aspect in this game, Kirby Cam is my favorite. I threw on another person's settings. These are also modified, as you can see by the one. Let me see. Fireworks, new flames. Where's new smoke? New smoke and dust. I'm not going to use culling and then put that to 100. I think that'll be where I'm going to modify that. Beyond that, installing maps, that's the same as cars. It goes into a specific folder in Assetto Corsa. All that stuff is pretty simple. You can basically drag and drop 90% of the mods and things you want to do into Content Manager itself. With that being said, take care, have a wonderful morning, or, night, wherever you are at in the world. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.